There he is. Here's a little tiz route. How about that?
Nice.
Nice trout. Not a bad trout at all.
Fish.
Now up in the panhandle here, y'all have different regulations than we do over on the East Coast.
We've got
trout.
5 fish limit.
Keep 1 over 20 inches.
1 over 20.
Yeah. Show you how I have this
down
DOA
there.
rigged here. We're in about 14 feet of water. And it's a DOA glow shrimp that I like using a lot, but I got it rigged with a, that's about a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce cow jig head. Bouncing them on the bottom. You know, everybody always asks me what my favorite fish is to catch, and you know, it's almost getting narrowed down to trout. You know, I've caught the marlin up to 170 pounds.
I tell you what, I like to feel them peck that.
Oh yeah.
When they just peck that jig. And
they're not too bad eating either. I got a recipe that I do with Old Bay seasoning.
Right.
And a steamer. You can get, if anybody's got one of those bamboo, you know, Ronco steamers or whatnot, take just cover the fillets with Old Bay seasoning. Just absolutely cover them.
Ooh, missing.
I broke him.
Ooh.
But cover it with Old Bay seasoning and then steam it. And break it up over a salad. You'll never know you're eating sea trout. You'd swear you're eating blue crab.
Somebody said that was a good way to do fish. I heard you can do tuna that way too, and it's very, very good.
Doing that to a tuna?
Yeah.
What'd you want to go and do that to a tuna steak for?
That would ruin a tuna, wouldn't it?
Nah, it'd probably be pretty good. I'd take that Tony Satcheries and put it on there, but it's still pretty good that way.
Yeah.
And on that note, it's about time for the first break. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more addictive fishing right here from the Panhandle, also known as the Forgotten Coast. They're working today. Well, welcome back. We're still out here bouncing around. It's not bouncing quite as bad. We're still catching some fish. Come on, baby. Bunch of trout in here. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Tide is just about slack. When it turns, they'll start biting.
Yeah. You ever try the old poppies out here?
For Spanish mackerel,
yeah.
A lot of times, I use those a lot on the flats, the trout fishing. And I use them for when I'm red fishing a lot.
They won us $15,000 2 weeks ago.
Is that right?
Yep. Never used one in a tournament before. No, and DOA makes those same poppies, but they don't call them poppies, they're called deadly combinations, but they come pre-rigged with one of my favorite baits on it, which is that DOA glow shrimp.
Right.
First time I ever thrown them, and I was on this little mud bank, and you could see the fish going through it.
Oh, Spanish mackerel.
You could see the fish going through it, and they were spooking up these little shrimp, and we couldn't get there was no way we could get their attention.
Right.
But once I put on a poppy and went one time, it was like
they found it.
And they wouldn't need a topwater plug. They wouldn't need anything swimming through that silt. It had to be on those poppies.
And that's the first time you've ever used one of those? Oh, Missy.
During a tournament, yeah. Trout?
I don't think so. I think it's a little bitty group.
No, it is a trout. There's a fish.
When they come up to the top like that, shake your head, you know it's a trout.
Yeah, you just want to see a yellowmouth instead of a whitemouth.
Yeah. You got one?
Yeah. But still, these are all healthy keeper trout.
They are nice fish.
Got a real nice trout here.
And when they start, they start.
Yeah, it's like somebody flicks the light switch on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a pretty fish.
Nice fish.
What do y'all see
Nice
inside
fish.
this? This is a nice little fish. I'm gonna show you why they call it yellowmouth too. And also a paper mouth. When trout gets about this size right here, ouch, that just turns to a beautiful, beautiful shade of yellow. And the bigger ones is the ones when they start turning yellow like that, and you'll see them come up and start shaking their heads. And that's all you see is a big yellow hole open up out there. And another nickname for these guys too is a paper mouth, because if you see how thin that membrane is right there, you can see my finger going through it. But it's just real thin, and you get a hook in there, and it'll rip a big hole in here. And I'll show you where I hooked him on that side. But see where I hooked him, and I kept the pressure on that fish the whole time, and that's why it didn't come off. But what I mean by I kept the pressure on is just I kept tight line the whole time. Get on out of here. But I kept a tight line on that fish the whole time because I knew it was a trout, just because if they get a little bit of slack and shake their head, that hook comes out a lot of times. But Nice little trout hole. What's y'all's limit on trout here too? Same as the East Coast. Y'all get one more here though, don't you?
Our limit is 5 fish per day. They got to be 15 inches. You can keep one over 20 inches.
Yeah, we're down to 4.
4, right.
And you're allowed to keep one over 20.
And we have a closed season February, and I think y'all's is December, January.
December, January.
Right. So, but it's really helped, you know. When they first put that 5 fish limit on there, everybody, you know, complained about it, but I don't like to keep them anyhow. I just soon catch them and throw them back.
That's a $1 bill or 2 every time you throw one back, ain't it? Well, it's kind of obvious why they call it the Forgotten Coast here, but you know, for everybody out there, tell them why they call it the Forgotten Coast, since that's what basically brought you here.
Well, it's a part of Florida that's been forgotten. You look out on there, you don't see any condos. You see there's a bunch, Shell Point has changed a lot. There's a bunch of houses. Past 10 or 12 years, it started getting developed out here. People just didn't know we were here. And unfortunately, a lot of people have now found us, and it's not forgotten anymore.
Like I said, paradise don't stay paradise for very long, does it?
Exactly right. We don't have the condos. We don't have the big crowds that other places have. And we've got pretty daggum good fishing at times.
Well, I know every time I've been up here, it's good fishing. I mean, it's just, oh, that was fun. What do you got there, little grouper?
Not quite legal.
Not quite legal.
You know, they're thinking about changing the limit to two grouper.
Really? That wouldn't be good.
That wouldn't be good at all.
Yeah, and they've about killed everybody out here with the red snapper limits, haven't they? Not just the recreational person, but the captain out here trying to make a living.
Well, with that and gasoline prices and the limits on, I think 2 snapper, and if they go to 2 grouper, it's going to kill them. You can't afford to go, and people aren't going to pay the kind of prices they got to charge to go out and catch very few fish like that. You can go to My Way Seafood and do just as well.
Yeah, I bet them big offshore guys wish they could strap a few E-Techs on there, huh?
I bet you that would save them a lot of money.
I know it saved me a lot of money, especially being on tour, the FLW back this year, and the gas prices over $4 a gallon.
Larry, that last grouper got you sweating, huh? Why don't you come out of that jacket, man?
It is getting a little warm. Well, on that note, y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more addictive fishing. I think we're gonna be on the same spot when we come back from break. Then we're gonna go try some redfish a little bit later.
Yeah, we're gonna go catch redfish as well.
Good old redfish. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back from the Panhandle. Well, what we're doing now, let's see on the chart here, we're looking at the bottom trying to find that rock pile right now. This new 1197 by Humminbird. I mean, I don't know how they get any better.
That's a nice unit.
Going right beside it. There we go. That's pretty wild, isn't it? That shows the tire itself. I think that's what I marked the first time. That's a good mark there.
Right there.
Showing stuff right under the boat. Got a little life.
Oh, Espanola.
Hey, here's your other species.
Espanola.
Closest cousin to the kingfish. A snag Spanish mackerel. A lot of times these fish are so quick, they'll dart after a lure real quick and end up snagging themselves, but they're a pretty fish. Oh, hang on, I'll show them to you. Spanish mackerel. Now there's another mackerel that looks just like this. It's a Cero mackerel. And the dots here are actual lines that go down the fish, but they're real hard to tell apart, especially when they're small. Little mackerel.
Nice. Come on, fishies. I just want to touch you.
Just want to make them famous. There he is. He ate that one good. Whatever it is, if that's a trout, that's a big trout.
Nice.
Look
Nice
at that sea trout
there, man.
Look at that sea trout, bro.
Tell you those out here.
That's
Nice
one
fish.
like from the Indian River Lagoon right there.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
This one have a good old yellow mouth on it.
You like that DOA, didn't he?
I love them. Yes, sir. That is a nice one there.
Nice trout.
That is weird, them coming off of this deep water like this. We're in like 14 feet of water. There's that yellowmouth we're talking about. Look how dark he is, too.
They'll stay out here to probably about May.
Oh, yeah. We'll let this one go. Y'all can come book Jody here.
Nice fish.
And hopefully somebody can come back and catch him again. So we ready to make a move? You said we were going to do one more fish, and I think we're going to make a move inshore.
Right.
This type of water we're in right now is about 14 feet deep. And as you see, we'll just make sure you pay attention to that bait check today, because I'm going to show you how we're rigging them. Everybody always asks, what if the water's too deep? You can't get the baits down to the fish. But got a little secret we'll show you. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Some more addictive fishing. Nice little spot.
Addictive Fishing is brought to you by Laser Sharp, sharper, stronger, longer. DOA Lures, the unfair advantage. Minn Kota, anywhere, anytime. Florida's Space Coast, Orlando's closest beaches. And by Wright & Miguel, real gear for real fishermen.
This beats the heck out of the ride down here this morning.
Tell you what. You ought to be able to cut across now, and you ought to be able to get upwind of it.
I'll take that trolling motor and keep us over that high spot here if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. That'd be good. Typically, they're going to hold on the far side of this bar with the way this wet water's coming in. There's a lot of mullet out there on it.
Good son. I always like to see them mullet. Well, welcome back. What we've done, we've changed positions. We've kind of put the power pole down, took the Minn Kota, went up it a little bit, changed it down around different spots. And this little bar right here in front of us should hold some redfish, maybe some trout. We've just been kind of easing to it a little bit, put the power pole down, throw our poppies out, ease to it a little bit more. Just working our way to it. So it says when we get close to it, we're gonna catch a couple redfish. We'll see what happens here. See what happens. There's a redfish. That's a redfish. Oh, I just had a hit too.
Did you?
Yeah.
The redfish, it doesn't matter how big or how little they are.
They like the pull.
Oh man, I love to catch them.
You usually tell the reds by the way they eat those poppies. I got used to them. Yep.
Little baby red.
Little rat.
Baby.
Tails all lit up. Look at all the spots on that little joker too. Do y'all have any spot tournaments or anything up there?
They had a kayak tournament the other week. And he got a leash on it. It was a benefit for the elder care. And I think a guy caught one, had 16 spots on it.
Nice. 2 on that side. You got 2 on the other side?
Yeah,
just different places. They're a neat fish.
Okay.
See you later, dude. Somebody get that, would you?
I'll get it later.
Oh yeah, never fails. The phone rings and the fish start biting.
He hit that just as I stuck my hand in my pocket. He's not big, probably about 15 pounds.
Oh, we're gonna see how they like a DOA count here in a second. A little bigger.
A little bigger, not a whole lot. Fun.
Bring him right up here. About the same cookie cutter as that other one. But you know what? We can prove this is a different fish. Unless you brought that Sharpie eraser out. See, we erased one spot off of that side and one spot off of that side. Pretty little redfish. He's fat little dude too. Just like about their tails being all blue and lit up. Sometimes I'm just the edge of the tails there when I'm pulling around on the Space Coast.
Why do you think the tail gets blue?
I think it's because they get excited.
That's what I think.
I've had people tell me it's cold water.
Yeah.
But it ain't cold water.
70-something degrees.
I've caught them in 88-degree water and they've been.
I think they get excited and their tails turn blue.
Just like a marlin or something, you know. They light up.
Rig It Right by Wright and McGill.
Well, it's time for today's Rig It Right segment. I'm going to show you what we were using out there today. When we first got to the spot, we pulled up. It was a little bit rough this morning, 14 feet deep, and everybody always asks, how do you work a DOA shrimp in deep water? Very, very simple, y'all. All you have to do is get you a DOA cow jig head, take the original hook, and just because it comes rigged with a hook already in it doesn't mean you have to use it that way. I put in a 1/4 ounce, and I also had in a 3/8 ounce when that current stopped a little bit. It got a little bit shallower and started popping up off the bottom. Worked great. Second spot we hit, using the old DOA deadly combination. You can put basically anything you want to under it, live bait, you can put soft plastics, and remember, all you want to do is just barely pull on that, and what happens is it makes that clicking sound. It sounds like a shrimp underwater, and bam, they eat it up. As you see, we're in my tournament boat today, and I just want to cover real quick the things that I always have on the boat, no matter what, if I'm out just play fishing, or if I'm out seriously doing it like in the FLW tournaments. My Minn Kota up front, always make sure your batteries are charged and working. Got a platform up front to raise you up. You get a good pair of polarized sunglasses. I'm using Costa Del Mar. It's the amber color, picks the fish out great. You also have a new addition here on the boat, which is a new Hummingbird. It's 1197, one of the most awesome units I've ever used in my entire life. Power pole on the back, and I tell you, with today's gas prices coming up, you can't go wrong with an E-Tech. And that basically covers everything in my tournament boat. Always throwing my DOAs and always just having patience out there. That's the biggest thing when it comes to patience. And remember how that fish bites when you get him to eat, and just repeat. Simple fishing, it's not rocket science. Anybody can get out there and do it. So come book you a trip with Captain Jody and you can catch you a bunch of fish. And remember, every season starts right at Dick's.
Rig It Right by Wright and McGill.
That's the sweet spot. There you go.
All right, I'll wait. How long are you gonna wait?
Oh, that was yours. Looks like a good one there.
That's a good fish.
Get him around my bobber.
He's trying to eat your shrimp. He's hungry.
Let him go around my bobber, see if he's got a buddy with him. You ever do that and bring one right to the boat and it'd be 10 underneath him? It does look like a little better fish.
He's pulling harder. I'm getting tired.
Well, it is getting late.
Damn, what a trout.
That is a trout. That's a nice trout. You got him on hand?
I got him.
That is a beautiful trout. Here, I'll give you a hand with it. What a pretty fish. Now that is a sea trout. Nice. There is some Mogans here in North Florida.
Oh yeah, that's a good fish.
That is a beautiful fish. Look how yellow this mouth is. You got 2 fingers, 3 fingers. Those little things right there. Nice clean finger, wasn't it? Nice fish. Look at him already changing colors. Get him back in the water quick.
Did he swallow it?
Not bad. That paper mouth. There.
Got it?
Yeah. And we will let this one go.
Yes, sir. That's the best part about it. He'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, get on out of here. That is good releasing them, ain't it? Well, Jody, I'll tell you what. I've had a great day. What do we got? We got sea bass, Spanish mackerel, redfish, trout,
ladyfish, grouper.
And we've just caught a ton of fish out here today. Like I say, not really a bunch of big ones. We got that one good one. That'd make anybody happy on a trout fishing day, yeah. I'll tell you what. But we've had a great day. Don't forget about the website, addictivefishing.com. And if you get a chance, you got that high-speed internet, go to YouTube and you can watch us right there 24/7. I don't know why you'd want to watch me 24/7 catch fish, but you know. I know I couldn't do it. We'll see you next week. Jody,
Blair, it's been a pleasure.
Appreciate the day.
Thanks, sir.
Hope you get a bunch of people from all over the country coming. See you next week. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Mogan. Yeah, that bumper sticker says, "Fish fear me." After me. Here, see if you can get my back popping. Oh, did you hear it?